ClearChoice's recommended antifreeze testing program is a simple 4-step process. It requires only a few minutes, but it is important to do these steps correctly. First, it is critical that you remove a sample of the antifreeze out of the vehicle. These two products may look identical when viewing under the engine in the coolant reservoir in poor lighting, and the plastic reservoirs often mask the color of the coolant. It is very apparent that these two products are dissimilar. Step 1 is color. You're looking for an expected, clean, bright color, not a muddy mix of red and green or some other combination that creates a color that you would not expect to see fresh out of an antifreeze jug. The second part of our test is clarity, which could well be the single most important indicator of the condition of the antifreeze in that vehicle. Simply stated, a clear coolant indicates no corrosion or any chemical incompatibility. On the other hand, a cloudy appearance or floaters or sinkers in the sample indicates there is a problem and this coolant should be exchanged. Step 3 is freeze point, and freeze point should be measured with a refractometer that's been properly calibrated with water. A freeze point of better than, meaning minus 30 degrees or colder, would be acceptable, whereas a freeze point of minus 15 degrees or warmer is unacceptable as the corrosion inhibitors are being stretched too far in all that excess water. It is not acceptable to use a hydrometer or floaty balls or floaty disc type inexpensive devices, as these can be fooled by different chemical additives used in the corrosion inhibitors of today's antifreezes. Finally, step 4, if we've gotten this far, is to test the pH. We recommend tricolor pH test strips as opposed to single color test strips or pen type pH meters. The pH of an acceptable antifreeze or coolant is related to the type of coolant that it is. A conventional green product would typically start at about 10 pH and drift down towards 8.5. A green coolant below 8 is likely depleted and should be changed. The pH of the coolant for gold, orange, and red products can be lower than that of conventional green. Hybrids and oats may drop as low as 7.5 before one could be concerned. Polyorganic antifreezes can display a pH of as low as 6.5 before there should be any level of concern. Once again, we're looking at the clarity of the coolant as a key part of determining its health.